Good morning, everyone. It's Mark Wiens with Migrationology.com in Thimphu, Bhutan. Ying and I are taking our usual shortcut this morning down the hill along the water drainage line, and we are heading into Thimphu now. We are gonna have breakfast and then we're gonna have lunch at a restaurant that I am really looking forward to. And so that's the plan for the beginning of the day. It's another nice morning, cool yet sunny in Thimphu. We are first going to a restaurant that is called Seasons, and it should be somewhere around this area. I'm not sure exactly where it is, but we're looking for it now, and I think they specialize in pizza. This is a nice little spot, and we walked into the inside and they have a nice indoor section, but then out here on the balcony or kind of the terrace, since it's a nice day, we chose to sit out here. We just ordered a pizza. A chicken tikka pizza caught my eye. That's what I had to go for, and so that's what we're starting off the day with. One of the things that I have just grown to absolutely love in Bhutan is that at every single restaurant, both local and Western restaurants, you have a big dish of eze, which is the chili sauce, and it goes so well together with pizza. So this is going to be a delicious addition. Then over here are some dry chili flakes, and then what is this? I don't know what this is, but let me try to smell it. Oh, that smells very garlicky. That might be like garlic puree with oil. I don't really know. It kind of smells a cross between garlic and cheese. Along with the pizza, we also got I think it was called the Seasons salad. So this is their signature salad. I think this is beetroot. This is I'm not sure, but could be some kind of fruit. Almost looks like a pear. There are tomatoes on here, onions. There are pomegranate seeds. There are bell peppers and carrots, and I'm not sure. That almost looks like dill. I'm not sure exactly what the dressing is, but it is a little bit sour and a little bit nutty. Maybe it's like mustard oil? That's a delicious salad. Really fresh. Oh, and that sweet beetroot. And then I also really love that dill in there. The pizza has just arrived. It is hot and fresh, so it's right out of the oven. And immediately as she brought over this tray of pizza, I could smell that aroma of chicken tikka, like a puff of chicken tikka cloud that just overwhelmed my nostrils. Along with chicken tikka, we have some onions and peppers and cilantro on top. Actually, I don't even know why I used this spatula. I should have just picked it up. I'm gonna transfer a bite of the chicken tikka over to my first bite. Okay. Oh, now that is a good pizza. Oh, and you can taste that chicken tikka, which has that kind of spice blend, curry powder aroma to it. Then with that mozzarella, thick and creamy cheese. And then what I also really like on this is all the, it tastes kind of like grilled or charred onions and bell peppers. Okay, gotta try some of this white garlicky sauce. A little bit in there, and then I'll also add in a little bit of the eze and fold this guy in half. Oh, that is definitely a garlic spread. Maybe it's like garlic butter. This garlic spread is so good that it's almost impossible to resist eating. So I will add a little bit of that. And then this time I'm going in with a little bit of chili flakes. Just a little sprinkle. Okay. And then how about a little bit of eze to top it off? Now that is a piece of pizza. Fold this like a taco, ensuring all that seasoning is tucked within. That is properly good pizza. Oh, that garlic sauce. That garlic sauce is ridiculously good. And we made a very good choice with the chicken tikka pizza. Ying and I both agree that's the best pizza we've had in a very long time. For lunch today, we are going to a restaurant called Ama Restaurant, which is right just maybe 50 meters down from the traffic circle. It's a very popular local restaurant, and I believe that they specialize in Chinese Bhutanese food, and the restaurant is right down this flight of stairs. And one of the coolest things about this restaurant is that it is in an ex-bowling alley. You can see the wooden lanes of the bowling alley, and so I think I can safely say this is my first restaurant to eat my first ever meal at an ex-bowling alley restaurant, which is, I can check that one off my list. To start off with, we're having soup, and I don't even think this is on the menu, but it's just called Ama's Special Soup, and the owner ordered this one for us. I can see egg drop in here, and there's some peas, some mushrooms, and looks like maybe a little bit of chili. That's like the consistency of a gravy, so it's pretty thick. And then you taste that light egg drop in there, and then just those tiny little kind of rubbery fungus in there as well. The next dish that has just come out of the kitchen is called crispy potato, and this is one of their signature kind of starters, I think, but kind of a dish as well. They look kind of like French fries, but in a beautiful red chili aromatic sauce. And let me take a couple of these on these little, have a little prong fork. Yeah, those are like extra crispy deep fried French fries with a little bit of a tangy, chili, spicy sauce just kind of covering it. It reminds me a lot of masala fries. Our full meal has just arrived. Definitely some unique dishes that I have never seen before. I'm gonna start with this dish here, which is on the menu. It's called honey chicken, and these are like little thin nuggets of chicken. I can see some dried chilies in here, and then it is paired with this like beautiful floral arrangement of that looks like maybe deep fried spinach with a tomato flower in the middle. I think I will pair it with this and try it. That kind of tastes like popcorn chicken with like a honey, tomatoey, dried chili glaze. And this one is their version of veg Manchurian. And they look like little meatballs actually, but they are pure veg, I can assure you. And I'm not sure what is all inside of them. That's like almost like a bhajia, but with Chinese flavor to it. This one on the menu is called Sichuan veg. And so it's a vegetable in kind of what looks like a chili-ish, tomato saucy sauce. I'll set some of this down on my rice, and then also something I really want to try, some kind of a dry chili garnish or pickle. I think, looks like there's some cabbage in here, some dried chilies, some onions. Oh, this looks like, tomatoes in there as well. Oh man, I think this might be like a garnish, but I think it could pass for a main dish. It looks so good. Let me just mix in some of that with some of that saucy vegetable. The vegetable is in a little bit of a tangy, slightly ketchup-y sauce, but that pickle is amazing. That pickle, I think there's some cucumber in there as well, because you can really taste that fresh, juicy crunch. And then with the dried chilies, and then I think there might be a little bit of cheese in there as well to season it. This dish here is called the roast chicken, and there are 2 skewers in the middle, and it's a little bit different from a like Chinese, Hong Kong style roast chicken. So it is the Bhutanese touch with some gravy on top, and I think that is some cheese on top as well. Oh yeah. The chicken is really crispy on the outside, and then that sauce It's kind of like a brown gravy with a little bit of a sprinkle of cheese on top. We just finished with lunch at Amma Restaurant, and very unique food, the Chinese Bhutanese fusion. I'm pretty full right now, so I think we might take the hike up the mountain back to our house, and I need to do some video editing, so we're gonna spend maybe most of the afternoon back at home doing some video editing, doing a little bit of blogging, and then I know tonight we have another big dinner, Bhutanese food dinner coming up. We are walking down the mountain a little bit because we can't find a taxi up here, so we're gonna go down a little bit. It's just 5:30, but it's almost completely dark, but there is just a little light coming from the mountain. Kind of a little ways actually, that took at least 20 minutes. We have arrived now to Babesa Village Restaurant, and this is kind of a cultural Bhutanese restaurant, I believe. What's really cool about this restaurant is the atmosphere. It is housed in an old Bhutanese house that has been renovated, and it has really kind of an adobe mud brick home feel to it. We also met up with Cheche, who owns a travel agency here in Bhutan, and she's friends with the whole My Bhutan crew. So we're having dinner with her and hanging out with her tonight. Oh, and then also one of the most wonderful little Bhutanese snacks, and this is called zao, which is like crunchy kernels of rice. Oh, they're so good. It's like kind of like unpopped popcorn. This is a soup. It is a little bit murky, kind of whitish, and then I think that's seaweed inside. And so first I will scoop this into the wooden bowl. And I love how I love these wooden bowls at Bhutanese restaurants. And I'll put this into my wooden bowl. Okay, this one is the emadatsi, which is the chilies with cheese. And then this one is dried beef with eggplant. There we go. Dried turnip leaves, which are then deep fried. So it looks like a bunch of, it kind of looks like seaweed actually, like crispy seaweed. Oh yeah, you can just hear that like crispiness as it falls onto the bottom of that bowl. Okay, and this one is mixed vegetables. And then the last dish we have is sikam, which is, these are pieces of the sun-dried pork. And then I think this is radish and the chilies and dried chilies as well. And then finally, you cannot have a Bhutanese meal without some eze. Oh, and I'm a huge lover of eze. Oh, this is looks like a very good version. There's some onions in there and maybe cilantro as well. Okay. And I gotta taste that. I'm gonna go for that fried vegetable, and I'll eat it with a little bit of the eze. Oh, those are really crispy and a little bit salty. Really good. And then with that eze sauce, that makes it even better. A little bit spicy. You can really taste the onions in that eze. This one over here is the emadatsi, the chilies and the cheese. Oh, and that's a really thick cheese. And I'll go in with some rice. Oh, I think they added some green onions to it as well this time, which I don't know if I've had it with green onions. That's really good though. You get that crisp green onion texture, and then with those chilies are always good, and then the cheese is really thick. I've had some versions that are more runny and some versions that are more elasticy. This is more of an elasticy version. I'm going in now for this piece of dried beef. Oh yes. Oh, that's actually pretty tender. But yeah, a nice lean piece of beef, and it is jerky texture, so it's a little bit chewy. But that's what gives it so much flavor, and then as you keep on chewing, it just keeps on releasing more meat flavor. Okay, and I'm gonna follow that with some of the soup, which I will just drink out of this wooden bowl. It's a very plain soup, but it has seaweed in it, which you can definitely taste the seaweed flavor. And then kind of just a very, just a very plain soup. Maybe a little bit of butter in there, or oil. I think it helps just make the meal well-rounded with the soup, and then all the dry kind of curries, and then with soup to wash everything down. I just finished eating, and I'm gonna go wash my hands, and I think there's a bathroom up those stairs, so I'm gonna climb up the stairs, wash my hands, and I will be back down.
Okay.
The owner of that restaurant, the house is his family's house, and they say that they don't exactly even know how old that house is, but it's one of the oldest houses in Thimphu, and they think it's about 500 or 600 years old, so it has some real history to it, and the whole house is original, although they've done a little bit of renovating, but it's basically it really is a living museum. We are back at home now. Probably gonna do a little bit of video editing tonight and then go to sleep. So I'm gonna end the vlog. Thank you all very much for watching. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and see you tomorrow for another day in Thimphu.